shitting me, Lord, and I feel just the same. He speaks his mind about that asinine asshole in our house. Yeah, John Boudreaux, he likes to call it out. Yes, he does. Well, there's a blue dot down in Texas, that Texas Avenue. There's a blue dot family in the USA. And all over this world. Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
How y'all doing? Baby, it is Sunday. It is Sunday. I am so far behind and shit, y'all wouldn't believe it. I am so happy to be here. I need this meeting. I needed to be near the Blue Dot family. And, man, I'll tell you what, it's been a crappy week, but we're holding our head up and forging forward. Oh, shit. I just looked out the window and noticed who's out there, and Tyler will hear her in a minute, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, no, don't worry about her.
Anyway, it is Sunday. I had to take a few days off this past week, so I missed doing my rants this week. It is built up. There, I was planning on doing a rant today before we went live, but me and Tyler were both foolish enough to stick our hands in a big old ant pile, and so we was in there busy wiping Benadryl all over our hands and just itching my hand. I wanted to go get a wire brush and just take after it. Anyway, got in the way, but everything's fine. We're gonna mosey on down the road. Hey, before we get started, I got mail. I got mail, baby. And let me adjust my. Anyway, I got mail, and I was so proud to get this package from Deborah Gerlach out there in out in Delaware, and she's been going through some things, and she sent me this. It is a Ruth Bader Ginsburg live action figure, and there's a little, I haven't opened it up, I'm afraid to open it up, a little gavel in there that goes in her hand, and Deborah sent out these to several of us. I think Andy got one. I think several of us out here in the Blue Dot family got one. I'm so proud to get that. Deborah Gerlach, thank you very much, darling. I hope everything went well with your treatments, and I hope we're going to see you soon back out here, baby. I know how you're all. You are one tough broad, as you say yourself, so we're looking forward to you getting back. Anyway, and then I got a card. I got a card from Paulette Hallbeck from Plano, Illinois, and she sent a card that says, "Let your smile change the world. Don't let the world change your smile. Thinking of y'all makes me smile. Love and stuff, Paulette." And love and stuff is what Paulette writes every time. And she included a very generous donation that we appreciate. Paulette has been with us for so long. She is truly a blessing to this Blue Dot family. And then I got one more piece of mail. And I got a letter today. I won't read the whole letter. But it was addressed to the Blue Dot First family. I thought that was rather neat. Thank you, Anita Park up in Redmond, Oregon. And she is a granny. She has she lives up in Oregon. She has all of her grown children around her. She has 9 grandchildren and 1 great-grand all around her. So I'm happy for her to have family around. And she wrote a letter about when 2016 happened and the despair that she, along with a lot of us, felt. And then a few years ago, she said she found our channel, and more importantly, she found a Blue Dot family, and that lifted her up to know. And it gets into a lot of stuff, you know. I just want her to know that you're very much wanted in this family. You're very much needed in this family, Nita. And your letter just touched my heart, darling. Thank you very much for your kind words. We need to lift each other up. That's what this Blue Dot family does. And Nita also pointed out something that we had in a show a while back ago that I had mentioned, that I was trying to come up with an idea that we could take an action that might make a difference. And I had suggested maybe we could put in a couple of dollars to some of these people that are running in very important races in other states other than where we're at. And we're putting up a hell of a fight here in Texas, and we'll get to that. But Nita wrote to us, and she enjoyed that idea. She thought it was a great idea. And indeed, she already donated to the first candidate. And I'm going to let her first pick be our first pick. Are you ready with that?
Yep.
All right. Nita chose to make her donation to Amy McGrath out in Tennessee, and she is running.
Kentucky. How could you?
I'm sorry, Kentucky.
You were off by one.
I'm off by one.
You were off by one.
All right, cut me some slack.
No.
All right, up in Kentucky, how could I forget? Because just say niet to Mitch McConnell, Moscow Mitch. Just say niet to Moscow Mitch. And Anita Park made her donation to Amy McGrath up in Kentucky, and there is her website, amymcgrath.com. There's her address also, Post Office Box 95, Lexington, Kentucky, 40588. And there is her Twitter handle at Amy McGrath Kentucky, or KY.
So the idea of this is we're basically going to start at least once a week. Hopefully we keep on with that. Once a week we're gonna what Mom came up with the name, the Two for Blue idea.
Two for Blue.
If we can at the bare minimum send
$2
candidate $2 all together, signed by the Blue Dot family, we could probably make a huge difference all together and help these candidates win in these red states.
Give our support to those people that are fighting the fight for the Senate. Yes. And the Senate is very important. And Amy McGrath, she's a veteran. She's got a proud history. She needs to be supported not only by those in Kentucky, but those around the country.
And I mean, if you hate Mitch McConnell,
if you hate Moscow Mitch, baby, this is a good opportunity to get involved. So what we're going to do is Amy McGrath will be our first one. We got a ways to the election. So every week, we have 3 live shows. We're going to show. Today being the first time, we'll put this up on the screen.
And we'll bring it up throughout the week, because Amy McGrath will be our first.
Yeah.
And again, you can go to her website, amymcgrath.com, and you can find out how to donate from there. You can also send her a letter at P.O. Box 95, Lexington, Kentucky, 40588. And you can follow her on Twitter at Amy McGrath KY and see, honestly, I mean, I'm not the biggest social media user, but Twitter is definitely one of the easiest ways to get in touch with people you're following, and
Twitter's a big thing.
It is.
I did the Tim Cormal show today, which I'm always a pleasure to be on Tim's show, and he has a thing called Twitter Friend of the Week, and so every time you're on the show, you have to pick a Twitter friend and then give that quote that you found, and for Tim's show today, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I picked Hakeem Jeffries. He is a representative out of New York. I think it's the Bronx. I think. Don't quote me on that one. He's out of New York. Anyway, excuse me. His tweet said, "How does democracy die? When separate and co-equal branches of government become wholly owned subsidiaries of an autocratic president. This is real, folks. And one we must do everything in our power to stop." And I took his words to heart because that's what we're facing here. Anyway, Nita, we're going to kick off this Two for Blue program. We're going to do it several times a week. Thank you very much, darling, for the letter and the love that you sent. Anyway, we're into it, baby.
And don't worry, for those who either have not joined yet, which I don't know how you'd be hearing me, or those who probably just missed that little graphic, I'll bring it back up before the show's over. We'll do a reminder. That's our Two for Blue pick of the week. Boy, that rolls off the tongue quite well.
Mom came in. How about Two for Blue? Yeah, that works for me, baby.
Well, she was the one who came up with Blue Dot in Texas.
She is.
So
She's the one that,
it just makes sense that she.
she's my political advisor.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway.
Love of my life.
Anyway. I'm looking forward to this though. I think this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
And I mean, even I can ship in $2.
Yeah, I can do
least.
$2.
Yeah,
I can do $2. You know.
Yeah.
Even on a tight budget, you know,
And if
most
I got
of us.
extra shit, I may go $5. I
Yeah,
really hate
yeah.
Mitch
Don't
McConnell.
don't let 2 for Blue fool you. If you have the desire to donate more than that, the candidates are all, and we're going to get to a whole bunch of them on this little thing. We want to keep it going, and speaking of that, I got
really quick. Let's catch up before we get to our panel.
Chuckster 255 donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "Bernie took Nevada." So saith Chuckster 255. And I want to thank Miss Maroon 44 has subscribed to our YouTube channel. So, darling, thank you very much for that. Everyone counts. And then our own John I. Fly, I call him Johnny Fly, donated $10 through Super Chat and said, "Awesome idea with the donation thing here. We will get that orange-haired idiot out of office come November. Go Blue Dots, so saith Johnny Fly." Anyway, that's the idea. Let me have the thing here before I get all messed up here.
Do you have it? Or
I got it.
Oh,
you quit messing around with it. See there?
See, I couldn't see.
There's progress over here.
That's what happens when I can't see.
Yeah. 1, 2. Boom. We want to thank very much for those donations, and that's the whole idea between the 2 for Blue. I've said it many times. We are very thankful for the donations through Super Chat, through our Patreon, that keeps us on the air. Being able to do this, it's not a stretch to say it pays the bills, baby. It keeps us going, keeps the internet on, keeps lights on. Anyway, it comes in as small. It's the same theory with the 2 for Blue, baby. There's a lot of us out here. If we all send in $2, it makes a little bit of an impact, baby. And there's a lot of us out here. So if you so inclined and have the opportunity to do it, please donate to Amy McGrath out in Kentucky.
Or at the bare minimum, send in a letter and say they got support
Send them
from
a
all
postcard,
over.
baby.
Yeah.
Say, we're rooting for you out here.
You know, because seriously, a postcard can go a long way when it comes to morale. And right now, we need that everywhere. So,
you know, this is so important because we have, especially, not especially, ever since he came into office, ever before then, we have seen this thing deteriorate. And now, after his little exoneration in the Senate, he thinks he's not impeached anymore, and he will be impeached for the rest of his stinking, filthy life. He has gone on a rampage, baby. And we saw it the other day when he fired Joe McGuire. He was the DNI Director of National Intelligence that Donnie put in position, was fired because he did his job and went to the House and gave a report on Russian interference in 2020. Donnie just fired him and put in some maggot loyalist of his. I didn't even write down his name because I'm behind on shit. But again, we are seeing a purge in our government, in not only in the top positions where he's got acting this and acting that. Everybody is acting that way. Donnie controls everything, and nothing has to go through the Senate. That's why he does it, so nobody has to be Senate confirmed. And we are watching that those people are put in place, but that's not it. They're going deeper than that. It's the underboss to the director. It's the assistant director. It's down deep into the chain. They are trying to put Trump loyalists everywhere they can inside the structures of our institutions. You don't think this is a silent dictatorship, fascism creeping across this country? Then you're not watching, baby. Watch him at his damn rally. He's spitting out venom, baby. This is getting damn well serious. I was proud to see Admiral McCraven step up and do an op-ed. And I was proud. Of course, I'm Navy, so I'm kind of slightly biased. Admiral McCraven was a U.S. Admiral that was in charge of special operations when they took out bin Laden. He's a war hero in amongst himself. And he was speaking about Joe McGuire. Joe McGuire being a 36-year Navy SEAL, highly decorated, who has served this country for many, many years, in intelligence and had the experience to do the job, but Donnie just kicked his ass out. And Admiral McCraven wrote, he said, Edmund Burke, the Irish statesman and philosopher, once said, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Over the course of the past 3 years, I have watched good men and women, friends of mine, come and go in the Trump administration, all trying to do something, all trying to do their best. Jim Mattis, John Kelly, H.R. McMaster, Sue Gordon, Dan Coates, and now Joe McGuire, who until this week was the acting director of national intelligence. What he's basically saying is these are the people that have tried to raise the flag to inform our democracy of what is happening and the dangers that we face. These are good people, Republican or Democrat. These are government servants who have served their country well and have tried to stand up, just as we saw Lieutenant Colonel Vindman and everybody else that testified in the impeachment hearings. Proud ambassadors, proud servants of our country, tossed aside and demonized by a political party who has sold their soul to the devil, who in my book are nothing less than traitors to their oath and to the Constitution. But baby, we are the relief for that. You know, at the end of Tim's show every week, and I've been on there many times, he says, well, tell the people where you are and who you are and how they can find you and all this shit. And I wasn't so motivated to do that today. When he called me in, he said, John, tell people where they can find you. And I just said, it doesn't give a shit where you can find me. My voice is no important than anybody else's voice. The message I was giving right then, that the guardian of liberty, the single guardian of liberty, is you. It is whoever was hearing that voice. You are the person that is charged with the responsibility of saving this country. It's going to take all of us. But if one backs down from that duty, then it weakens the whole force. And that's what's important. The voices, my voice, Randy Kervins, Leo Sahaki, Velda Snyder, all of them out there, John Herron, are trying to say something in their own way. And that is that we're trying to raise the flag of the dire distress that this country is in. And the only remedy for that is your voice and your vote. And baby, we are striving to make you just use them both. Abundantly, baby, abundantly. But, anyway, whilst we was going through all that stuff, David Robertson, my soul brother out in Everett, Washington, donated $5 to Super Chat and said, "Go Amy, so saith David Robertson." I like this guy. He looks like the kind of guy that just kick your ass, but take a fine photograph of it. Anyway, true. I got carried away. He is. True. I keep telling, look at him.
Well, before you get more carried away, we do have a panel.
Oh, we do have a panel.
We do have a panel.
Well, okay, we'll get right to the panel right after I do what I forgot to do in the first place, and that was welcome everybody that jumped in first. We had a little delay between Facebook and...
Oh, look at you forgetting the welcome.
No, I'm not forgetting. I just remembered right now. Look at there. See, you jumping on shit. Dwayne Drizzle jumped in. Susanna Reiser, Oddly Wired, Joy Peters, Adina Michaels, Old Bat with Two Cats, Leanne Scott from Down Under, all jumped in on YouTube and then followed up. Finally, we got to see it. It's Showtime on Periscope and then on Facebook. Donna Bonacosi, Denise Reed, Terry Montgomery, and Francis Bradshaw jumped in. Baby, we're glad you're here. We're glad everybody is here because we need to get my shit going again. I have been off kilter for a while and not been able to get my shit together, so I need help doing that. Right? Hey, look at there. Biker Leo's in the room. Buddy, how are you?
I'm here. I'm alive.
There you go. That's two things we can be thankful for.
I'm getting damn tired of working full time.
Yeah, that's what I laugh when people say I'm retired. Hey, I remember when you retired, buddy. Yeah, enough of that shit.
You know what, though? While I'm working, I have yet to stick my hand into a fan or something, unlike somebody I know.
Yeah, some people, just stick their hand right down to an ant bed and said, "You feel anything?" I don't know. Some's down there tickling me, and then pull your hands out there, and they're just covered with ants. And
when I look at the things that you've done to yourself over the course of the last year, I wonder how it is that you worked all those years in metalworking stuff and
I am
didn't
a hazardous individual.
up.
buddy. I am a hazardous individual. You get near me, prepare for it, because it's assholes and elbow. Get out of the way if you don't know what you're doing, because I'm fixing to do it for you. That's no. I usually go balls to the wall, get stuff done. I'm aggressive when I work, and I like things to come out right, and I don't worry about little things like ant hills. It's just a pile of dirt. Brush that away, get that out of here, and just be down there working. And all of a sudden, you look down at your hands, and it's like pepper all over there.
And
anyway,
then you start feeling it.
Oh man, yeah. I went into about an hour and a half, really, of some serious hand wringing. I just wanted to go get the wire brush and just start, they were itching terribly. I put Benadryl on, both me and Tyler put Benadryl on like hand lotion, and let that set in there for a while, and then I kind of washed it, and then I went for Bernadette's Miracle Cream, and that's I put that stuff, but Bernadette scent, I put that all over my hands, and not only they feel better,
I'm glad
they look fantastic. So,
John, I want to say something before we get into the shit show that's going on right now.
Right.
And that is I am retired. They called me back for 1 month. I told them I will work 30 days for you full time. That ends at the end of this month.
Pardon me while I
and
chuckle.
Then I have to work the following Monday and Tuesday. But after that, I will get back on track and back on schedule. And I'm sorry to everybody that I haven't been there that much.
Well, Leo, you earned a reputation. You got a voice out there, and but we all know that Brett. You got to put bread on the table, and I know that feeling very well. That
it's a little bit of loyalty to company too. So
yeah. Well, there you go. I'm glad you the services that you provided was highly valuable to them, or they wouldn't have called your ass.
The only thing is, I did ask them that I'm doing this full-time thing. It was a big favor to them, and I did ask, hey, I'm going back to work that following Monday and Tuesday on the part-time schedule.
Right.
How about you give me pay for that Monday and Tuesday and let me take it off? They didn't jump on that.
They called me back. I'd be telling them, oh, I didn't know I was that good. You weren't paying me enough to begin with, you idiots. I would have stayed with you longer. No, anyway. I'm sure your expertise, they missed when you retired, so that's why they come calling you back. But we're glad to have you here, Leo. We're looking forward to having your voice back out there. It's the time, baby. We're down to the wire here.
Sure is.
The wave is building and the surf is up, so we're looking forward.
And hi to all the rest of you Blue Dots out there. I saw that Velda was there. I was talking to Aussie Dave in there for a little while.
And they are indeed here in the room. Velda, how are you doing?
Johnny Fly.
I'm doing pretty good.
There you go.
I'm doing good. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yes, ma'am. You're coming in good. And our own Johnny Fly, how you doing, bub? I appreciate that donation, bub.
Oh, no problem. The thing is, I guess we take our eyes off you for 1 minute and you stick your hand in an ant
shit. You
nest.
got to watch me all the time.
I can be honest with you. I can be honest with you. It's because I wasn't there.
Yeah, it was me and Tyler out there. Yeah, true. If Travis would have been there.
No, Dad knows I'm speaking facts. I'm the worry wart, and I'm going to be like, hey, you want to check that? You check that before you go down there?
I don't have to worry about shit as long as Travis is around. Yeah. He's eyeballing everything.
With those fire ants, I assume, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I'm assuming tomorrow I'll wake up and have a bunch of little blisters all over my hand is what I'm assuming.
I feel your pain. I honestly do, because I accidentally threw some grass on an anthill when I was a kid, and my dad said, you've got to move that. And all those ants were in that grass, and I picked it up, and I put it up against my skin. I was in a swimsuit. And I'm about 8 years old, and all of a sudden they started screaming, and I started screaming, and my dad came a-running, and he goes, oh, hell. Oh, man, I don't
Ain't that something that those experiences live with you for the rest of your life? You remember that shit when it gets bad.
Oh, man, I know what your hands feel like to this day.
Well, and Aussie Dave.
A few years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, go.
Yes, sir.
That's okay. Go ahead.
How you doing,
I was just
Aussie?
going to say. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. We're working on.
No.
Go ahead, Johnny.
For a second, Australia.
Oh, okay. Now they want me. Okay. I just was going to say that a few years ago I was down in Georgia, and of course I never knew what these ant nests were like, and I kicked it with my foot. The person I was seeing at the time said, "What are you, crazy?" Well, boy, those suckers come out fast, and boy, I got away from that. I didn't even get them on my skin.
Boy, howdy. You move fast sometimes. I'm that way
you
with
do.
spiders. Get a spider on me, oh shit, yeah. Marathon is on, buddy. Okay,
Yeah,
now,
not so bad.
Aussie Dave, how's things down under, buddy?
Good, mate. Good. I'm pleased to see that Bernie Sanders done exceptionally well, and
He
still
did
doing
indeed.
exceptionally well. And I'm pleased to see that we've got a new guy there. This new guy called Biker Leo. He's joined us. So thanks for joining us, Biker. Yeah, it's nice to see a new face. It's encouraging to know that Johnny and Velda are as silly as you are with ants.
Oh yeah. Don't like it. I can
So
stand
they
a few,
can't
but
point. They can't point the finger. All right.
Yeah.
Now wait a moment. The
No,
only
no,
difference.
You've had your time.
that's it, buddy. That's all you get.
I didn't
Settle,
get him on my
settle.
skin though, like John did.
Nah. We won't cop this crap. My
We learned
next,
our lesson.
my next. Veldy, I won't argue with you. You're
Step
too big
in,
to
Travis.
fight. Let me tell you something right now. If the DNC side rail Bernie Sanders, the people will march, and they better march. And he's got the under 40s. Oh, they love him, and this is a bigger wave.
This is a
than,
big thing
than
in America.
Anything.
This is a big,
Yeah.
this is
He's a people's president, and that's what the people are scared. The upper class are scared of because they'll have to pay their taxes. And guess what? You may get some health care out of it.
Yeah.
The disaster.
You sound like you're a Bernie fan, Dave.
I'm
Yeah, I
John.
love him.
I know you do, bub. Yes,
Today
fella.
I fell out of my chair today
Yes.
because I caught Trump telling the truth.
No, don't say.
It happens.
It happens
Yes.
occasionally. They say, a broken clock is right
It
twice a
was-
day.
it was- Right. He was asked about Bernie Sanders. He says it was a good win for him. And he says now if DNC will keep their thumb off the scale and let him and don't do like they did the last time.
This is a subject of a lot of discussion around the country, and the DNC better not get caught putting their finger on the scale, because if they do, it will destroy this party, and Bernie would go ahead and get elected anyway. Those, if you get caught putting your finger on the scale and the people catch you doing it again, I mean the second offense, then that will enrage them and even empower Bernie Sanders even more. The DNC better keep their nose out of this. We are a national organization, but we are locally owned and operated, baby. And that means that every individual, down to the district, down to your county, everything, that vote matters. And
I'm going to add to that because it blew my mind, because I always knew there's money in all this, right? Like, it costs so much money to run for president. And I think it was...
Travis, there's money in religion, mate.
Oh, yeah, no, I
everything.
get that.
Oh,
I get that. But what I'm getting at is I didn't realize how much money is spent on television advertising. They were showing a graph. I think it was on CNN the other day or whatever. They were showing a graph of how much these candidates have spent on advertising for Super Tuesday. And I think in second place was, I think it was Bernie or somebody, and it was $30 million, which is ridiculous. But then you see Bloomberg,
Oh, yeah.
$138
Daddy
million
Warbucks, baby. Deep
for
pockets.
television advertising. Jesus Christ! Like, okay, I know it costs a lot of money to run ads on television, but it's a scary thought. It's a scary.
Presidency.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Is it's such a scary thought that because he's throwing that money around like chump change. You know that. You know it was easier for him to buy that much advertising space
Yeah, I'm
than
waiting
any
on
of the
my
other.
check.
Yeah, really.
I might offer you.
Can I just say, this money is tax deductible, I'm sure.
Oh yes, it will be tax deductible, all of it. So it's not money spent; it's just money put in a savings account.
Lent.
Yes, it's all tax deductible.
I wrote that son of a bitch off in the last debate.
That's it. When the last the debate that he was in, the only one that's it. Do I trust him as a president? No. What I saw was a guy with a look that had deer in the headlights look. Scared, didn't know what to say.
Yes.
I don't want a president like that. I need
Elizabeth
somebody.
kicked his ass.
Yeah, the one that swung at him and popped him in the eye would make a hell of a lot better president, and that was Elizabeth Warren. We settled down to watch it like popcorn. Here we go. Let's watch the debate. And I mean, just it wasn't long before Elizabeth Warren just reached right over there and popped Bloomberg right in the eye.
I'm going to be honest. I don't quite like watching these things with the idea of, oh, this is going to be entertaining. I'm going to get the popcorn. But even I had to kind of step back and yell, ooh.
Put your hand in
Ooh,
that
how are
bowl
you
of
going to
pop.
handle this shit?
Apply aloe to the
But
burn.
let's put it properly. He should defend, because her point was we already have a billionaire in the White House that has non-disclosure agreements, that have paid off women to keep their mouths shut, that have bought their way through history. And there is a fight against that again.
John.
Yes, sir.
He's told somebody that he could 3 women that can go ahead and just
3 out of how many?
do away. I don't know.
Well, there was the number 12 was thrown
13.
out. 13?
Hey, John.
Yes, sir, Jonathan.
I heard 13.
Didn't they have rules, campaign rules, that they weren't allowed to do that, buying them out and stuff? This isn't fair. That he should be allowed to buy out the election is what he's doing.
Now, there you go, Johnny.
Trying
to determine life on laws and rules that we down here as the little peons of society have to live by. These are wealthy people. Money, we have to, the first thing you have to admit in this shit is money buys influence big time. That's common. How do you think, what's his name, became ambassador?
It's not going to work, John.
No, not this time.
It's not going to work.
No, because now
the people decided to make a choice and not let the government choose their own leaders.
Yes. That's what
That's
this is
what's
about.
happened. The people have said enough is enough.
Yeah.
They can see
I
you
believe
going
that's
down
how
the
come you're
communist
seeing-
path.
Yeah, because that is the sermon that Bernie is preaching. And he is right in the fact that when FDR came out with the New Deal, Social Security, Medicare, they were screaming socialism. That's what they demonized his ass for this during that time.
It's not socialism.
It's not socialism.
They're tagging it.
What is killing us now is corporate socialism. We don't mind giving away our money. We just want to give it to the wealthiest corporations and the wealthiest people in the world. That way, it fosters them to feel a giving matter to build more factories and let the money trick. Are you shitting me? No, that doesn't happen. They do stock buybacks. They just
talking about that.
Yeah.
There are 2 things that I got out of that. One, the next day, Elizabeth Warren coming out, and actually some in the debate, talking about super PAC money and the people bemoaning that she's now decided to take some. Well, that's leveling the playing field. Unfortunately, it is a part of the picture now.
It is.
Now, once we get somebody in there that's right-minded, maybe we can do away with Citizens United and be done with that shit.
Well, that was
the
Buttigieg's
first thing.
point, too, when he was trying to explain why he was having to take money from billionaires, is because that's what it takes to be in this fight. So
Exactly.
we have to realize
Bingo.
that. Yeah.
And as far as Bernie, I mentioned this in the Blue Room, and one of the things that I don't think that it's too late for him to do it. I think he needs to shut the hell up about democratic socialism, even though we know that is this country.
Yeah.
And just rebrand a little bit. Call himself an FDR Democrat.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
I
good.
don't think you're going to tame him, though. I really don't. He's, that's the one thing about him that has been consistent throughout his tenure is that he has, stuck solid to his ideals. And and when Hillary Clinton said, "Well, nobody in the Senate likes Bernie," I would be that guy. Nobody would freaking like me because I'm not going to your freaking birthday party. I'm going to come kiss your ass or some socialite shit. We got work to do here. Let's get this fixed and fight for the people. And that is why they say that that Bernie isn't like, because he doesn't.
You wouldn't even go to Mitch McConnell's birthday?
Oh yeah. I have a chocolate pie to deliver. I got a recipe from out of a movie I saw.
Mate, if I got invited to Mitch McConnell's birthday, in my pockets I would have little bottles of shit, and I'd be putting it in the punch bowl, in the salad bowl, in their fucking sandwiches.
Yep.
Oh mate, I'd spread all over them, and I'd leave.
Yep. There you go.
Chocolate pie would be made with X-Lax. Thank you very much.
My dog would.
It's a
my
secret
dog would
family
donate.
recipe, baby. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just eat
Yep.
this shit.
What's the
assholes.
icing made of? Oh, fucking, it's great shit. Yeah.
It's great shit. Yeah,
No,
really, it's
let me-
good shit. Take my word for it. That's good shit. I'm
Hey,
telling you.
John,
You know?
Yes, sir.
it looks like you're a fan of Mitch McConnell from what I see there on your shirt.
Oh, you
Now,
like
come
that?
on, what's this
Nah,
all
yeah, it
about?
says,
yeah,
just say "niet" to Moscow Mitch. Yeah, it's trying to
Oh,
do
I
it out
thought
there. You know, you have to speak Mitch's language. Yeah, "niet."
oh,
Not,
I
he
thought
doesn't
you had
understand
on
no.
just say yeah.
Yeah, the
I
people
thought
in
you
the,
had
McGrath is
before.
polling right up
Yeah.
there with him.
that's it.
What is it? What was that hat that now we kind of want to
Oh, I
get?
want that hat.
That's
I
so
seen
funny.
I want it. It's a red hat
It's a red hat
with
that's
white
gonna make
stitching up in the front that really looks familiar to you until you get
Made
up
in
to the
China.
hat and it says,
made you look.
"Made you look." Fuck Trump. That's what the hat
I
says.
love that.
Oh, it looks just like a MAGA hat from a distance. You walk up and look up there, and it says, "Made you look." Fuck Trump. There you
You
That
go.
know,
sounds like
listen,
what
guys,
Bernadette would wear.
John,
Yes, sir.
this
I would wear it too.
this is amazing that all this gear that's out there that to put Trump down and the slogans and all the
Right.
memes and all the jokes, never has ever a president of the United States been portrayed in that way. So what does that tell you what the people are thinking? The people are thinking, fuck Trump.
We're thinking fuck Trump.
That's-
But let me tell you, Dave, where they learned that. We learned it from them. When Obama was elected, when the Tea Party rose up with their disgusting little signs.
things in
Yes,
effigy,
hanging
burning.
Obama in effigy. The witch
Right.
doctor signs, the sign, keep your government hands off my Medicare. Those idiots.
Yep.
I don't like him because his name's Obama.
Yeah, Hussein. Did you see that? Hussein. I know he's got a bomb in his suit there. He's just waiting to
But-
get into
but
the White
I
House to
would-
blow the whole thing up. I know the plan. That
I had
kind of
somebody
I
say,
would
"Well,
love
I
to-
never."
I would love to. I'm pleased to see that all this is out there, even on the TV with the comedians and the late show hosts.
Oh,
and that. It's all out there, and everyone's applauding these jokes about Trump, and no one's going ooh ah before this election. If that wasn't happening, I'd be really concerned.
No, there is more public.
No,
Go ahead. There is more public awareness of everything, and you can see it. You can see it in the daily news. You can see it in the nightly comedians. You can see it everywhere. You can see it in the early voting numbers across the country right now. That number is up in most areas, just about everywhere.
Listen, John.
Huh.
I gave a site address to Velda and TW. Lone Wolf the other day about a site called 538, a website that gives you
I gave it to
all-
Bernadette too.
Right, you can spend hours on this site. It gives you the polls from state to state, candidate, national, overall.
And repeat that
senators,
address again.
Yeah, please.
538. Isn't it, Velda? 538 from memory? 38.
So you spell that out. 538.
Yeah, 538.
Okay. Don't want to go in there and type out
it's a
538.
website, and it's a website that has just polls, it has news, but you
Yeah.
go into politics, and you can get. There's probably 1,000 of polls that are all combined of everyone's polls, and they give you a great number. Trump support is not as high as you think when you look at these numbers, and they're the real numbers. I would say
Interesting.
Trump supports at around 30%.
That's weird because I've never
and,
heard of this site, but it's owned by ABC News. So I'm really
Yeah.
shocked I didn't know
Yes,
about
it
this.
is. Yes, it is. This is why I said ABC News aren't burning Bernie as much as NBC and then MSNBC. The ABC are going easy on Bernie. I noticed their news articles are joyful that Bernie won. But then NBC and CNN are saying, oh, and Bernie Sanders won, and the others didn't do so well. But Biden's coming up in the back, But they were negative on Bernie. ABC were not. So, we, as I said to you, CNN and MSNBC are owned by, ultimately, rich people who are benefiting from Trump's tax. So ultimately, they don't want Trump to be out. They want Trump to be in. But they got to look good on TV, don't they? But ABC, they don't give a fuck. I don't know why.
None of them should give
There
a
you
fuck.
go.
you know,
It,
that's
They should just,
it, it,
they should
it's all
be
it's
honest.
all
They
about the
should be
money,
honest.
Dave.
yeah.
It's all about
Yes,
the
it is,
money.
Bernadette. That's right,
Yep.
darling. And that's why MSNBC and CNN just don't want Bernie, because they got to pay tax if that happens.
Yeah.
They
Well,
got to pay
and
their
you
fair
got to
share.
Let me
understand
throw
that
in
Biden
this.
is giving a lot of money to MSNBC. Okay, and so yeah, that's why they're hard on Bernie and they're big on Biden.
Well,
And
it's like Warren when she attacked Bloomberg in that last debate. I think it was Warren. She said,
yes,
"You got what do you got? 68 million, 70 million? You know, you don't deserve that. You haven't worked that hard for that. The people have made you that money. You haven't made that money. You should be giving half that back to the people." You know, she got into him, and she's right. You don't need that much money. You know,
No
and
one
the
does.
people made it for you.
Yeah.
No, and that's not socialism. That's just being fair and being a good boss, not
We
being
were
a greedy
built as a
bastard.
nation on high tax rates for the very wealthy. And when we rolled that all back, that's when we started going to shit.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know,
you
when,
know one
that-
thing I say about all this polling and everything else is that, come on, you guys, the last poll said Hillary Clinton was going to win, and they kept saying it, and people didn't go out and vote.
wise words,
And you know
Bernadette.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
Wise
you know
You know,
words,
what?
Bernie,
Bernadette.
The only
that was
poll that matters is November 3rd.
That's it.
that's what they
That's
wanted
right.
you to do, though. They wanted you to believe Hillary was going to win. That was part of the. This is all how Russia got involved and manipulated you people. They wanted you to think
Look,
that Hillary was going to
and
win
Hillary
because you'd stay home.
lost that election because she didn't take her ass out there and do the damn work.
She got
That's a
lazy.
part of it.
She got
Dave, you
lazy.
hit on another thing, though. There's a very important thing that we're not talking about there. And that is the level of misinformation there is that's being fed
Oh,
to us.
Lord.
And that's
Yeah.
coming right
Absolutely.
from Russia and the Trump crew.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
Straight
they've got
out the heart of
marketing
Kansas.
experts.
And that's
They have
exactly.
marketing
Everything.
experts helping them.
Yes.
Yeah, how
'Cause
do you
that's
tell
what
the
this
difference?
is.
too?
To them, it's a
How
reality
do you-
TV show, and it's got to look good on TV. It's got to play good.
Look, I will
Yeah.
say it
And
again.
how do they get ratings? How do they get ratings? By convincing the people and conning the people and making the people think they're part of the show, and that's what they do in here with the people.
I
that-
will
they
say it
treat you
again.
like audience,
For all
your
of
audience
y'all-
members.
For all of you guys out there on Facebook and Twitter and all the rest of that shit, Russia knows how to use that shit very
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Probably
Of
better
course they
than
do.
you. Okay? That being said, Facebook has given over 4,000 pieces of data of every person who is on their platform to the RNC. Just think about that for a second.
Yeah. They know
That's a
everything about
lot
your
of
ass.
information. They can target you
That's
no
exactly
matter
what
what.
you have
And
to
that's
remember.
what they're doing.
That when you see something on your feed or on your channel, whatever that is where you get some of your social media, that some of the things that you're possible to see are things that are targeted directly at you because you set
Yep.
you reach a certain profile and you're the one they're targeting you. It is so important. Travis, just the other day, the Snoops.com and all that stuff you were showing me, all the different websites, and there are many that you can go to verify and fact check information that if you see a story and it sounds like, wow,
Yeah,
that sounds like kind of
538.
yeah, 538. Go to 538. There you go, or Snoops or something like
538.
that. Go to
Hey,
it
you know
and,
what?
and
Go,
check it
go
out.
to multiple sites. Check out
Yeah.
any story you read. You need to verify that story through another
And let me
site.
tell you something.
Get the background.
When you get the facts and you see this really outrageous story, and you go to check it out and you find out, yep, bullshit all the way. Look there from start to beginning, it's all bullshit. Now, when you go back into your social, think of how proud you will be to be able to one person in the chat
Yep.
down there to go, well, actually, I checked this story out and it's all bullshit.
And that's bullshit.
Yeah, and there's
Exactly.
easier ways to do that. Diplomacy, nicer thing to say, but
Another thing I've noticed a
Or you
lot
could
of,
just call it bullshit.
yeah, or you could just call it bullshit.
a lot of things I've been seeing is recycled stories now
Yes, stories from a long time
are
ago.
that are recycled that have no bearing on anything we're doing right now, and people aren't looking at the post date that it was done, the recording date.
Yes, Marcia
And they're
got caught on
posting
that just the other day. She was telling me a story, and I was about halfway through it. We both looked at each other and said, "This sounds from, and she went to go checking it out, and it was from 2 years ago. But you wouldn't know it but by the story that came across the feed. You know, you
And
would
we're
just
in
say,
about a 15-minute news cycle.
yes, we are.
And you know what? Here's a clue, guys. Try checking stories that don't originate in the United States.
Yeah.
Try checking news.
BBC or
news channels from across the seas, from outside of the United States.
Yeah.
The mainstream media in this particular country is so.
Oh, if you watch
bought.
something like Al Jazeera or something like that, baby,
bought.
you're going to see it from you're seeing it from a different paradigm. You know,
everybody. And it's good to have a different perspective.
Right,
Don't just rely on your old MSNBC. You know, Chris Matthews could kiss my ass right now.
Yeah, he's not a popular guy right now. A lot of people calling for his ass to get fired. You know,
and he should.
That was a very, you know.
Hey, Chris, why don't you go over to apply at Fox Spew?
What's that? I think Chris Matthews. I think Bernadette said. Let me translate to Chris Matthews. Bernadette said, "Yeah, kiss her ass." That's what she said.
Yeah. Hey guys, I gotta run. My wife is waiting on dinner, and I'm supposed to be the cook tonight. But it's good to hear all your voices. I'm still here. I will get back on as soon as I can.
Well, Leo, we appreciate you coming by, and again, we're looking forward to you returning on your voice. And no time has been more important for that voice to keep continuing out there and for people to speak up. So we appreciate you coming by here, and tell everybody where they can find you before you run out the door here.
Biker Wisdom on Facebook, either Biker Wisdom or Biker Wisdom and Thoughts. You guys are the thoughts.
There you go. We're the thoughts, baby. All right, Leo, take care of yourself, buddy.
Good dinner.
If Leo posts, then Velda posts Leo over here in Discord under Post Your Rants.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, I'll be in touch with all you soon.
All right, Leo, take care of yourself.
Okay. Bye.
And for those here in the Discord, I want to, I dropped in last night and I visited for a while on the Discord. If you haven't got Discord yet, download it off your app, get it on your phone or your tablet or whatever it is that you do there, and look for a blue dot in Texas. Any one of our moderators and stuff can help you get situated, and you can come right into the room here and talk to everybody. If you're not down here live, baby, you're up in what we call the blue room. And there is always lively conversation going on up in the blue room at all hours of the day, baby. And pick a day. They are active in there, and I was so tickled to death. I went in there yesterday, and we had a whole crowd of people in there, and the conversation was just so great, and I kind of needed that at that time. And so I want to thank everybody that was there last night in the chat. Because this, and as a matter of fact, right before, I don't know if Tim is going to make a switch right before we went live on his show. We were talking about the differences between Discord and Skype. And a lot of people use Skype. Tim uses Skype in his show, so we all get on Skype.
John, your mic has got static on it.
My mic has static. Well, my technical assistant has momentarily stepped out of the room, probably on a coffee break, Union required, he says. I don't know. He mumbled something. No,
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Hey, how about the unions over in Nevada going out for Bernie like they did, huh?
They sure did. This, you can tell, Bernie's numbers and Bernie's backers, and you can see the power behind this man. He is motivating a lot of youth to get out and vote. Not only the youth, a lot of middle-aged and, dare I say, older, that are getting behind him. Like I was saying a minute ago.
And a lot of people of color.
Yes, because
a lot of
it's going to, to make the kind of move that Bernie is preaching, it's going to take a dramatic step in our culture and our society, as it did when FDR gave us the New Deal. It's the same thing. We're going to go through that turmoil, but when we emerge from the other side of that shit, look at all the crap they said about Obamacare. Obamacare. He lied. You can't keep your doctor. You're going to die. Death panels, all that kind of stuff. There is going to be opposition to anything that forces a major change in our society.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
The thing is, now Trump is going to really get down on and say, "Oh, Bernie's a socialist." He seems to really appeal to his base too.
Yeah.
So, how do you think Bernie should combat that?
Uh, I don't know. That question was posed earlier about the possibility of, uh, him discarding the mantle of socialist. Quit using that word. Leo just said a minute ago, quit using that word socialism. I don't know if you can convince Bernie to do that. It's almost like Bernie is doubling down on it, same way Donnie doubles down on lies, except what Bernie is selling, what Bernie is offering the American people is that opportunity to fulfill the things that we spoke of in the, I think it was FDR's State of the Union address that Bernadette sent me. That many years ago, 50 years, 75 years ago, we were talking about health care for everybody in this nation. There should not be a homeless person in this nation. There should be everybody have a living wage in this nation. We're still now 2020, baby. We're not there. So either we keep going the same way we've always been.
Can I make an observation?
Go, please, dear.
Okay. Everybody's saying Bernie should lose the word socialist out of being a democratic socialist. Okay. Yeah. However, excuse me, he's using the term democratic socialist, and he's leading the freaking polls, and he's winning fucking primaries and caucuses all across the country. Why should he dump it?
Will only scare people that don't know what it means.
Yeah, so we can prove
then those people need to be educated.
Yes, I want to welcome Bear's dad, commonly known as a suspected character called Chris Claus, to the room, buddy. How have you been, Chris?
I'm doing all right, sir. How are you?
Good. I'm doing fine. And how's Bear? And Mama?
Excellent. Mama's right here. She's I'm making a bolognese and she's making some chicken.
Oh, listen, y'all. Food porn. Okay, we're going right into the food porn section of the show. No, Chris is a chef, so Chris knows what he's talking about when he's talking about food, baby. I'm glad to see you out here. How's everything up in New England?
First warm day. I didn't get on the bike today. I've been just cooking all day, and I got up to 50 degrees, and I didn't get. I might go out in a little while.
There you go.
But do you see this flat earther guy? You know, the flat earther guy that insisted that he's gonna fly his rocket up into.
Oh, yes, Mad Mike, I think they called him, or something like that. Guy that blew himself up in the rocket.
Trim those roses down because they were getting.
You can call him Flat Mike now.
Yeah.
The parachute failed. He went up quite a substantial height. The parachute came off immediately. He just went straight down into the ground. And if he made it, then there's absolutely a God.
Right. He's done a successful launch and landing before. So this wasn't his first
time. The guy went out doing what he liked to do.
Oh, yeah, he did exactly.
And I ain't mad at him for that.
Yeah.
So.
I remind everybody out there in the chat that we're all on the same team, baby. We're all on the same team. Make it that way.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. I saw that story. I didn't read it. I just saw that he had made an attempt to do another rocket, and it didn't fare well. So, but like you said, he died. Yeah, he died doing what he enjoyed. And really, go figure. What better way out than a rocket on your ass, baby? Yeah. You're gonna go out and stuff.
I thought maybe he sent something up that was remote control or something that he wasn't on. He was actually on this one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, he's done it before. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to watch that Aeronauts movie. About the first balloonist that went up to high,
Yeah.
You really got to be freaking people
back.
out, man.
Yeah.
Hello, Dave. I thought we got rid of his ass. You let him back in here again? Oh, shit.
We'll see what happens.
Hello, Dave. Yeah, you snuck out, buddy.
Yeah, here's what happens when I'm not here.
The window
I missed it. Yeah. Up, and there he goes again.
There he goes again. Yeah, we have to pardon that. We our it does have a glitch every once in a while. Here it kicks your ass out.
Discord just has a fit every now and then.
Yeah, it has burps every once in a while. Didn't say it was perfect,
It's
but it
got to
seems
pop in and out too, Travis.
Oh, he's back in now.
there he is.
I've got to go in and out.
You gotta leave.
Go in and out.
You there?
Okay. Yeah, you're here, Dave.
Who? Yeah. I think Discord's playing up. I didn't touch anything. I haven't touched anything.
I'm telling you. I got a
I-
black
I
helicopter
reckon-
outside.
I
and guys
reckon-
running around with ninja
No,
outfits on.
yeah. No, they don't want me to talk. They don't want me to rant. They don't want me to,
Yeah.
to say my shit. It's the fucking DNC in your system, mate.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I do. I start to get. If we did not get Facebook tonight, because when we first tried, and YouTube came up, and no Facebook, and I just went from ready to do the show to I'm pissed, because I think it was a freaking conspiracy. This was the third show that would be without our Facebook family, and no. I was fixing to start this iPad over there and go live, which would have been a problem because they wouldn't have been able to hear y'all, but they could just hear me, and that would have been ridiculous. So, but I was concerned, and you start getting that idea who's screwing with you, and
Yeah, I was
You get
thinking that
paranoid.
too, John.
well,
Paranoid, mate.
yeah, I know it, and I'm not like
And when
that.
you
But then when I do,
when you have a little happy weed, it gets worse.
yeah, well, there you go. I'm the kind of person that if I think it, I don't really give a shit. I dare you to do something, because what do you want me to do? Back down? I ain't doing that shit. Here I am every damn day.
Travis, Travis, what do you reckon about this theory that there is an algorithm on YouTube, Discord, all these shows that pick up on what we discuss, like if we say fuck Trump or Trump's an arsehole, that they would then start scanning this show. I think it's possible. If they can do what they do with this social media shit and this computer shit, I reckon they can algorithm all these shows and find out who's anti-Trump and fuck with you.
Oh, well, here's the thing. They're going to know you're anti-Trump or not way before you log into the chat and start talking to anybody.
Remember that information they said they knew they have about you? That's part of it.
But the thing is, the algorithms that go against, let's say, people like us, we're definitely not going to be advertiser-friendly anytime soon, quote-unquote, which isn't much of a concern nowadays.
Because we use foul language.
And the foul language will always be a thing. They know that, so we probably don't have as big of an outreach, and I don't think it's necessarily because of our political status. It's more of just that. But that being said, though, it depends on the trends. If, let's say we were just a Bernie channel, or an individual candidate channel, we'd probably be taken off pretty good. But because we're so diverse, we go out, we're on the blue, but you got to think
that
about
out there. We're diverse.
Yeah.
And happy to be so.
Yes. And geez, you cut me off and now I
sorry.
don't remember where I was going. I'm pulling a U. Oh no. Anyway, my point being is like, the algorithms are going against us, like the Discord thing. It's just Discord. Discord does that all the time. Not just in our channel, but even when we play video games sometimes. I don't know what you're pointing at. I
was just holding to say I'm going to ask you to do me something.
Okay, I was about to say I cannot see what's on that screen. You should know. I got the lock 'em up sticker right here. I can tell you there's that on the back of the TV, but I can't tell what you're looking at.
No.
Fuck you. You know, you two guys, you're just a show on your own. You should be calling yourself.
Mom's told us that. I don't know how long.
John and Son, like Steptoe and Son.
John and Son. I kind of like that. That could be. We could make a little sitcom thing off of that. What are you doing?
Travis,
Yeah.
Now,
Mini blue dot.
Mini blue dot. I like it.
now I've lost.
Travis,
I'm
it
going to give
sounded
up.
like
Somebody
you.
Somebody
ahead.
named Brian was trying to ask a question. Somebody said, Brian is trying to ask a serious question, and I can't control. I don't know where the question went.
Oh, well,
So
that
it was-
must be on Facebook, I think, because I'm not seeing it on YouTube. Anyway.
Well, what's
I don't know.
we'll find the question.
Martha Olivera said
Travis.
John Bert of O'Brien is asking a question.
Well,
So,
what is the question?
That's what I was trying to do, and I can't find it.
Yeah, well, that's also why I should have control of all that crap. You don't need that anyway. See, y'all, he takes my tools of trade away and makes my job harder, and he expects me to be able to read.
I don't know.
You need to pass it over.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
He needs you. He wants you to be a soothsayer.
Yeah, for real. Oh well, I can only.
No,
try.
you got to sell it. No,
I don't know. I see a little bit of the conversation going about blue, no matter who is the big push here, and that is right. We do have a diverse family here. We've got supporters of many different candidates. The primaries aren't done. Bernie Sanders is ahead. We all know that. Some people are getting pissed off about that. They were expecting maybe Biden or they have higher hopes for Buttigieg and some of that. But this whole family, this primary thing, we're going to get through it as a family the same way we're going to get through it as a nation. Travis was a big Yang gang. Well, Yang dropped out.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is the time to be for a candidate. It's the idea in the end. This is a broken record thing, but it's like be blue no matter who is the long-term goal. Right now, we got to back the candidate that we support.
I reckon the big conversation at the moment is who's going to be the best VP to Bernie. That's what I'm thinking.
And you right now, it seems to be a majority of the people. But let's remember that we still have a long way to go. Before we see who gets to that 1,900 and whatever it is delegate count that makes the. I don't want a contested convention.
Travis can go to 538. Sorry, John. Travis can go to 538 while you're talking, and he can check polls and give you numbers.
I'm looking at that right now since you
John?
gave it to us. I already have it up on my screen here, and I'm looking at it.
John.
Yes.
Brian's question popped up over here in YouTube chat, and it said Brian is asking how to get into the Blue Room.
Well, first, you have to contact one of our moderators, either Bernadette or Velda or Dennis, and they will give you the secret password and the handshake. Without the handshake, buddy, you don't get in. Brian, thank you for asking, buddy. I'm encouraged by that. Take it away, tech guy.
Oh, now you want me to do something?
Yeah. Travis will explain how to get into the Blue Room.
Yeah, so...
we just need to know if he's on a phone or a laptop. I'm good with laptops. Bernadette's good with phones.
There you go. We have specialty tech services here.
Let Travis Ravis.
So
Ravis.
The first things first, you got to get the application or the app Discord, which works like Skype, essentially. Once you make yourself an account and sign up for Discord, in the description of our YouTube live stream, the video you're watching now, if you're on YouTube, and if you're not, I can try to get that link over there. Facebook does not like us posting links, y'all. That's why we do not get to post all of our...
Zuckerberg.
Yeah. So the reason why you don't see the donation links and all that other stuff on our Facebook is because if we post that, no one will see our videos, no one will see our stuff. So... that's why I stress to y'all, if you can ever make it, come to YouTube. It's helpful for you and us and how we can get everybody connected on the Discord thing. But anyway, if you go to any of our YouTube videos, look down in the description below, you will find a link that will take you to all the information regarding Discord and how to join. And it's literally, once you sign up for an account on Discord, you click the button on our page that says join our Discord group, and the rest will be taken away by... Discord itself. You'll join our group and you'll easily find directions on how to join this call and be amongst all the other blue dots.
Yes, and we welcome anybody to get the Discord app, download that.
Facebook sucks, y'all.
Yeah, we have tried to rotate people in and out because we have the live show, and then we have a very vibrant what we call the Blue Room, which out in industry they call the Green Room.
Which is very active and very
active,
full of conversation. Yes, it's full of active conversation
on many topics. So the Discord group for the Blue Dot family is really a heartbeat of this, in how it just keeps on going. How we get everybody here to talk and hear everybody else's opinion and input, and that's what it's all about.
It's a good place to have conversations, and And right when you're in the middle of your conversation, be prepared. You may be pulled into the live room.
That's right. As Bernadette could well tell you, when we
That's right.
decide to have you as a guest,
I
you
love
don't have
that.
any warning. Travis just reaches up, grabs your name, and pulls you right into the live show, and boom, you're on the show.
And now, really quick, before we go any further, you're gonna log into Discord. It's gonna look scary to you. I assure you. Little bit of practice. You'll figure it out easily. The reason why we use Discord is it's the easiest platform for all of us to get together in one place and do this accordingly.
That was
because
the discussion
we
going
used
with,
Skype before, but Skype didn't allow us to converse all the time in a group. And now Discord makes it into a group, and we just happen to record our live show in the Discord room because it makes it easier for us to see who wants to participate, who has participated in previous episodes, who hasn't, yada yada yada. So but yeah, honestly, I will say with Facebook being off the last few days, I noticed we had a few more YouTube users come in from Facebook, and that was making me really happy because it's like, yes, get away from that website. It's horrible. You don't get
Can
Oh,
I just say that Discord, as Travis says, is a bit of a hard thing to grasp, but once you do and get amongst the family and become a member, and that's only if you want to be a member, it's not a cult, but the amount of friendships that have developed from this blue room, the people like Velda and Bernadette and myself, we're friends. I can say we are friends, and I wouldn't have had those friends, and we have good discussions, friendship discussions, with companionship. John I Fly and all. There's S.C. Smith. There's so many people that in this blue room will give you a conversation. If you're on your own or lonely, you just click on the Discord and go to the blue room. If someone's there, you got a conversation. You got a friend.
You've got somebody here to talk to, bud.
Ozzy Dave is selling this way better than I ever could, so I'm going to give Ozzy Dave a bell.
There you go. Wait, where's my bell? Ozzy Dave gets a banger.
I have heard so many people come into the blue room and say, it is so wonderful to have somebody to talk to who thinks like I do.
You know, this letter.
And the camaraderie in the blue room is amazing, and you will instantly make friends. And you will meet people from all over this country, in fact, all over this world. The Blue Room that's where the party is at. That is the place to be.
Yes, and Nita Parker out in Redmond, Oregon is trying to
live show. Okay,
is trying to get on here, so we want her to. And the reason that the selling of this family, I don't want to read Nita's letter out loud, but Nita wrote me a letter. It's one of those letters that make you feel really good about yourself. You know how it is, again, mushy shit, all that crap. But it's that sentiment, and the sentiment that you're hearing right now. To me, the most important thing, it's not the donation I get. It's not the numbers on it's this conversation that goes on in front of me on the screen. That is what excites me. I want to see people talk. Even if they have differences, they're still talking, and we are going to move through this thing. But the most important thing is to remember that you are the guardian of liberty, not we. It is you. And we are all depending on you to be true blue to this thing and carry that banner all the way to the end. One person after another, baby. Just keep it going. And
I think this is an excellent way to talk about politics or whatever, and to unite the blue dot community.
Yeah. Now, don't think that you're going to come into a blue room that is just filled with politics. Are you shitting me? Oh, no.
No, we talk about everything.
There's a lot of conversation going on in there. A lot of times has nothing to do with politics.
Has anybody visited the food porn channel lately? Shout out to Ben Stroud, by the way, for making so many delicious-looking meals and posting them daily.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
badass.
Get hungry over here. We got food porn. We got.
I'll have to check that out.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. We have.
Buggy you.
We have artists.
Bugger that Ben.
We have singers, songwriters. We have artists. We have poets in this family. We have We have ladies
Sound
that make
engineers,
magic
sound
potions.
engineers.
Huh?
Sound engineers.
Sound engineers. This family, yes, sound engineers. All the way, we have them all the way down in Australia. Leanne Scott is here in the room. I saw her earlier. She's also down there. We do have a worldwide family, from England to the Netherlands to Switzerland to Spain. And on that note, Madeline Bell, baby, if you're listening, I saw your comment the other day. I'm just so proud of that she even knows who I am. She lives in Spain. Madeline Bell, if you don't know who it is, look it up. Google her. She is a famous singer, and she is a Blue Dot family member. And
really quick, I want to cut in because I've seen this question go by a few times about having headphones while using Discord. So the bottom line is this, is if you're on a phone or a tablet or you're on your computer and your speakers are on and that's how you're listening to us and you converse with your microphone, that may produce feedback. So in other words, the audio coming in from whatever speaker you're using going straight into the microphone. That being said, though, if you're on your phone, you can use Discord like you would use your phone, not on speakerphone, and normally that does some pretty good results. So while I say headphones are a nice thing to have, I wouldn't necessarily say you need them to join the Discord, because the Discord has a lot of text channels too, don't forget.
Right.
So to take in on the fun while you're waiting on your headphones, you can come in and start talking to everybody in the group via text. And if you can use your phone or use Discord on your phone, you can use it like you would a normal phone and talk to people that way. And surely the audio won't be picked up by your microphone that way.
Yeah. No.
But also, you don't need fancy headphones. Cheapo earbuds can do too. So
that's it.
And that just helps us when we bring you in on the show. We don't have feedback issues or any of that other stuff. So, was your hand on fire now?
Just a little itch going on there.
Yeah, well, no, I just noticed you touched. Oh, yes, God, it's red.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen it yet. Jeez.
Yeah, you're fine.
No, man.
I do.
What? Tell me in Australia, like we don't have fire ants in Australia. We have a thing called, and I'm sure Anita and Space Cadet can confirm this. We have things called bull ants. They're just a big black ant.
I imagine your ants are worse than our ants for some reason.
These are little. These are tiny little ants.
No, these are our bull ants are about an inch, 3/4 of an inch long.
Keep that shit.
Big nippers at the
1
front.
inch goddamn ant.
You know?
No. Yeah, I see some of your shit
when
you got down there. I want to go to Australia so bad. Every time you go to the Nature Channel over there, let's go to Australia and see how things can kill you there. Boy, they got a whole list of shit over there. Spiders that are big as paper plates, man.
Well, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
Snakes are my problem.
Yeah, snakes are my one.
Snakes than us.
Snakes are the one thing that don't.
We haven't got rattler.
Yeah, we got rattlers down here. And as I've always said since the day I met my wife, who lived in the heart of rattlesnake country, the only snake I am afraid of is the one I don't see. If I can see him, buddy, I got him. And I can see on my screen it just popped up. Johnny Fly, thank you very much. Johnny Fly donated $5 through Super Chat and said, "United we stand when it comes to kicking the orange dotard out of our office. So saith Johnny Fly." And Operation Flush the Turd is going as planned. We combined forces with Dump the Dotard forces, and now we are combined up. And the deep state and the secret society is doing excellent out there as a report. So if you're keeping score, baby, we're on the rise. That's what I mean when I say surf's up, baby.
Hey,
this
guys,
blue wave is rising.
Why? I tell you why. There's something's going off being there. You got a mic that's got a bad connection that's not carrying the signal. One of your cannon plugs is loose, mate, or something.
Mute my mic. Let me check something.
Scratchy.
We have got some bad scratching going. It sounds like a record scratching. But while you're trying to fix that, let's just have some little humor here.
I don't hear anything.
If you ask, it's there, definitely there. Why do Australian men suffer from premature ejaculation?
Why do they do that, Dave? Why?
Why? Why? Because they have to rush back to the pub, mate, and tell mates what happened.
They got to go right now too. Let's go.
They got to rush back to the pub to tell their mates what just happened.
What just happened?
How many men? How many Australian men does it take to change a light bulb?
How many, Dave?
None.
None.
It's a woman's job.
That's a woman's job. Oh boy, howdy shit. Yeah, that's Australia. I do know one thing, baby. You never challenge an Aussie to.
You will be in the dark.
So that's what the sound of opening the, or what is it? Because I could have sworn I just heard the sounds of opening a can of whoop ass all through the land.
All through the land, baby.
Aussie Dave, I'd watch it.
In my service, I have had my opportunity to drink with both British sailors and Australian sailors. And I can give you a little hint on both. Don't try to drink them under the fucking table. You're an amateur.
Nah.
You're an amateur. You just moved up to the professional level, baby. So they do like
John,
to drink. Yes.
I got a question for you. Did you try some of that salve on your ant bite?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I had Benadryl because everybody's going to put some Benadryl on that. Okay. And I am just going nuts. Now, Benadryl's working, I guess, but I am just sitting there wringing my hands like I'm on the, like the hangman's coming down to get me just for a while, for about an hour. It was all I could do to just get a wire brush and just, and then I finally, it started calming down some and my hands just felt greasy. So, yes, Mama went and got some of your salve and put it on there. And not only do they feel better, Bernadette, you ought to see how pretty my hands look. Well, except a little red. A little red and puffy a little bit.
How much did that cost, Bernie?
Yeah.
How much did that cost you, Bernie?
Yeah.
That ad.
Check's in the mail. Don't worry about it. That advertisement is free.
Bernie, you better not be spending $138 million on advertising for your stuff.
Yeah, you don't need it. Just let somebody try it and it'll sell itself. Whatever you're, whatever you're making.
Idea. I'm trying to keep up with the orders that are coming in.
Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad because we have. Yes, anytime we can support somebody in this Blue Dot family, we should do that anyway.
And yes, to all of you guys that have bought something, I truly am thankful. And the whole ideal about this whole thing is that I hope that it helps you with whatever issue,
whatever ails you. Yeah, I when Bernadette first sent it, it was over that. Oh well, this is nice. And then Marcia started talking about how nice it was to her skin, and then I started realizing that yes, it actually is helping my shoulder pain. And then I gave some to Maestro, and then Maestro started using it on his face, and now he thinks he looks pretty, and oh my God, it's hell. He'll go over there now. He starts singing about it. No, as a matter of fact, he is doing well.
He's joined some dating sites and put new photos up, right?
Since you said that, I was over his house yesterday.
Wait a minute, before we go into someone's relationships, is this a safe story to be talking?
Yes, safe story. We're going to do a show this week. I told Maestro, Monday or Wednesday.
I just wanted to make sure before we go any further, because it's like, hang on, not everybody needs to know everybody.
He watches this shit all the time.
I know.
Maestro had a good night out. He went out. He had a chance to go out to the club and went partying a bit and spent most of the night out and didn't get home, I think he said, until about 6 in the morning. Damn. Had a great time, and I called him up, and he said, I'm still in bed, John. And I jumped his ass for being lazy. What are you doing laying in the bed? Shit, it's afternoon, buddy. And but I was tickled to death that he got out. He doesn't get out enough. And I'm just tickled that he did. But anyway, indeed, we are going to have I bet it comes up. Because he loves that shit. And not only this, Bernadette, his mama likes it now. So, yeah, it spreads, baby. I'm telling you, this your kitchen is producing. Yes.
You're a good marketer.
Yeah, no, this ain't marketing. This is just the truth, baby. I'm telling you the truth. And Marcia knows me. I don't like grease. Honey, put some lotion on. I don't like grease. Get the grease away from me. And that kind of stuff. This actually absorbs in. Yeah, it's good. And my skin is so soft. You would not be believed. Wouldn't believe just how soft.
Oh my God, you fucking you guys.
Send me my check, Bernadette.
What's happened?
Send Travis down there. No, I guarantee you, I am tickled. you know, like I said, there are blue dots in this family that have talents, and we're just proud to have them in here, and that we hit a gold nugget with Bernadette. Anyway, old bat with two cats just donated $10 through Super Chat and said, "Love to all blue dots." So saith old bat with two cats, and that's what it's about, baby.
You hit my microphone. How dare you?
I didn't hit your microphone. How could I hit your microphone? Shit, I'm way over here.
I listen, guys. Yeah. Well, only when John keeps his hands on his lap or something. Keep your hands away from shit, John. What do rednecks in a bottle?
Two rednecks in a bottle.
Trust me, Dave. One of these days, I'm gonna get some shock mounts, and it's gonna change the world on everything. Dave knows what I'm talking about.
It's my pipe, and this is my lighter. That's all I need.
John.
Yes, sir.
John. Let me get this in. What do rednecks and a bottle of beer have in common?
What do rednecks and a bottle? Who has the bottle of beer now? Wait, there's more. You said rednecks. That means plural. A beer.
No, I said, what do they have in common?
What do they have in common, Dave?
I said a bottle of beer. They're both empty from the neck up.
That's very funny, Dave. I find that very hilarious there. Yeah, didn't I tell you to kick his ass out earlier? I just came back in here and talking shit. I love you, Dave. I love you, Dave.
That was good.
We have I got a joke.
What do you call a redneck bursting into flames?
What do you call a redneck bursting into flames?
A firecracker.
A firecracker. Marcia got tickled today. She saw a meme.
I might have to steal that one.
Marcia saw a meme that she showed me today, and it was a picture and kind of pencil drawing. It was pretty neat, and it showed this couple talking, and in the background you see all these people rising into the sky, and they're all wearing red hats. And the voice is saying, "I remember it like it was yesterday, when the true Trumpers all got raptured up, and they all rose up with their little red hats on, and they disappeared forever. It was a beautiful day." That's how I feel. You know, let them rapture up. That's fine, baby, as long as they get the hell out of here. But I am so tempted to look for one of those. I made you look. Fuck Trump hats. That's just.
I'd be too afraid to wear it
because from a distance it just looks like MAGA. The way they have it printed, it just looks like it says "Make America Great Again."
Wayne would wear that hat.
Oh yeah, baby. I would.
Well, you have those T-shirts, John, don't you? That say, what
baby,
is it,
if I could turn this camera around, there's one of those.
I gotta order it.
There is those. When you go to, I don't know, Bales or whatever clothing store you go to, and you see those big round things that have, the sales on. Well, that's what those T-shirts are. And it is just a big round disc. And I found this shirt because, and let's throw this image up if we can one more time.
Yep.
Amy McGrath in Kentucky, who is running against Mitch McConnell for the Senate seat there. And I knew that I wanted to use my Just Say No Yet to Moscow Mitch shirt. I knew it was red. So all I have to do is flip through all the red shirts and find the one I'm looking for. This is much better than the previous situation we had going on where it was full of boxes in there. And I had to go through this box. No, it's not in there. Go to that box.
And while this is up, so in case you didn't hear, once every Sunday we're going to start doing this 2 for Blue program where we are going to promote and encourage you to donate at least $2 to candidates that are running for office in this election. This week we're featuring Amy McGrath, who's going up against Mitch McConnell up in Kentucky, and that is definitely a big target. You can go and donate to her at her website, amymcgrath.com. You can send her a letter of encouragement and support to P.O. Box 95, Lexington, Kentucky, 40588, and you can follow her on Twitter at Amy McGrath KY. On Twitter. I already said on Twitter.
There you go.
Anyway.
I think we're going to keep this thing going. 2 for
and
Blue.
What's the name? 2 for Blue?
2 for Blue.
Yeah, that's going to be the...
That's our little campaign. That's what we're going to
Blue.
call it here. 2 for Blue.
Mom came up with the name before I got the graphic, or after I got the graphic done. Otherwise, I would have done the 2 for Blue thing. I'm going to have to come up with a logo.
I was going to go $2 for Blue. or $2 to win. That's what I had. $2 to win.
I love it. I love it.
I like the
I didn't
two
think
for
you
blue.
were allowed to. I didn't think you were allowed to mail contributions from other states. I guess you can.
Oh
huh?
yes, oh yes,
yes,
oh
you
yeah. You can
can.
support anybody in
Oh,
this
yes,
country
you
you want to. Yep.
That's good.
That's
Yeah,
right.
and that's what
At
we
the
are.
moment, at the moment,
Yeah, at the moment, unless
Yeah,
we
until
lose
Trump
this,
does.
we cannot lose that thought. Can't even. No, baby, it's just who is going to replace him, not if. The question being asked now is just which one of us is going to be, which one of our people is going to be able to sit up there and win and
It
take
has
this
to
stuff.
be that way. We can't
It
go to
has
another
to
4
be
years.
that way. I kid you not. You know, when I read Admiral McRaven's op-ed, and it speaks to the very heart with no bullshit, baby. This is our republic. We are watching it denigrated and destroyed every day by this man and the administration that he has put in power. He was right. We have watched good people destroyed and thrown out and ridiculed by this man. And we see what he is doing to this nation. We have had person after person, honorable people, stand up and wave the red flag. Here is a problem since the beginning. He wants to laugh it off as a witch hunt, a hoax, some other made-up bullshit word that he's going to try.
project.
Yes, he's going to
his own
project that it's just the
crimes.
Democrats trying to spread misinformation. We cannot be, blasé in this shit. We have to be on fire for this shit. I'm not asking you to run around every day with pom-poms telling everybody vote for your guy, but I'm telling you that when the time comes that this is so important that we can't screw this up. They keep saying we have to win by a landslide. I don't think we have to win by a landslide. We just have to win. That's the law. But a landslide that would send a message, and that's what this country needs, is a message that we will not tolerate. We are the people that must speak up when evil attempts to triumph. And that's what McRaven is telling us, baby. Go ahead,
We
John.
should make sure we get enough over like with the electoral college. How much is it? 270 or something they need? I don't remember, but make sure we get enough
fine,
over
Johnny.
it because
Put me
he
on the
might
spot.
contest.
I think it is 270.
I like
Sticks
Look
in
at
my
530.
head.
Look at
I
go to
think it is,
538.
Yeah, yes, and as Ozzy told us, 538. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks pretty neat, Donnie. David does have a lot of.
Whoa!
I'm sorry.
Whoa!
It has been a long. Don't be making a big deal. See, that could have let it slip right by, but no, you're over there like, oh, look at that shit, what he did. Yeah, saying the
No, because I'd be insulted.
shit
Damn
on
it!
this guy.
I feel bad for anybody with the name Donald
okay.
now.
Did you know? Did you know if you go to Texas on 538, even in Texas, you're going blue.
We are
at the moment.
Honestly,
I
I
saw
think Bernie won Texas with that
Bernie
speech.
stopped out in El Paso, had a little rally out there. That he came over here to San Antonio, had a little rally over here.
And he said the magical words.
Oh, baby, yeah. That? Yeah. Well, yeah, he did. He said he's going to legalize pot, period. That's all there is to it. It's going to be legal all across the United States.
There you go.
Yeah. And it has to be done. All these diehards that go, it's a drug, it's going to kill you, it's lead you to heroin.
Then fine, fuck you. Get rid of alcohol.
Yeah, don't do it. Yeah,
it.
get rid of alcohol. It kills more people than anybody else. If you're going to be a responsible person. What's that, Johnny?
So they're going to have to make sure they make it legal on the federal level because as it stands now, can they override the state and come in and raise?
I'm thinking yes, they can. I'm thinking that the state can do it on the mere fact that in the state of Texas we still have dry counties, which meaning the state law or the county law does have precedence over a statute. Alcohol may be legal federally and statewide, but not in our county. We as Christians over here, we don't believe in that shit. Drive over across the town and get it from the other place. Yeah, they just drive across the other county. It's like a standard line going back and forth.
That's how it was in North Carolina,
Yeah,
too, when I was down.
It's
one
that
county
attempt
could buy booze, the next county you could.
Yeah, it's that attempt. It's morality laws.
It is.
You're not going to sin in our county. Yeah, it's to sell that shit to somebody else.
They do a lot of sinning over in their own
it's
county.
blue laws,
Trust me.
Here in Texas, you can't buy beer before noon. You got to wait till noon before you get drunk, because that's when
Unreal.
Christians get out of church.
What's
And they don't
behind
want
that?
you getting a head start. So buy all the beer before they get there. That's what that law was. You know, there's laws on our books that are just antiquated, out of date. The marijuana laws are one of them. It's not an evil drug that's going to destroy your life and all that other bullshit that they try to sell you. It is used medicinally by a lot of veterans to treat their PTSD and social issues when they come back. And, you know, it's a whole lot better in my book than a lot of drugs that I see advertised on TV that have a disclaimer, this may cause death.
Hey,
Yeah, but you
you're
might
gonna have
breathe
to
better.
get a
Who
lot-
knows? You know, what's
You're gonna have to get a lot of hippies to move down to Texas, John, and change
yeah, they're
things.
already here, baby. We haven't gone anywhere. We're taking this state back because it used to be blue. This is not an impossible dream down here. Texas used to be blue. Ann Richards, baby, I'm telling you about a governor. Boy, howdy shit.
Yep.
That woman
Let's
was
turn
on
Texas
fire.
blue again.
That's right. We're headed back in that direction.
Make me feel proud of my state again, please.
That's
Jesus
right. Yeah,
Christ.
because we've had this anchor around our
Ozzy
neck,
got
George W.
voted.
Bush. You know, it's like, oh shit, we're all rednecks running around with guns. No. Texas is a very liberal state. We have a problem with districting down here. It's been gerrymandered to shit. Republicans have held the state houses even for a long time, and until we change that, which here this coming election, Eric Olguin is running in the district down here in the state district, the state district here for the state house, and we are 100% behind him. I want to try to get with him. Anyway, it's that important. You know, everything from like I said on Tim's show today, from dog catcher on a vote blue all the way down the ticket. We have to take not only the White House, we need the Senate, and we need to retain the
Hey,
House.
how do you get on? How do you get to Tim's show? Do we have a website or?
Yes, it's a podcast. I'll be sharing it on my Facebook page here, I'm sure, in just a few minutes. He records the show and then uploads it later. I know you can find him on Stitcher, on just about anywhere you find your podcast, the Tim Cormall Show. I have been a guest on Tim's show for years. I always enjoy him. And
how do you spell his last name?
That's C-O-R-R. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get my mouth. C-O-R-R-I-M-A-L. Tim Cormall.
Okay.
He hails out of the swamp, out of Washington, D.C. Joe Santora is his sidekick, and Joe is always full of what he called, it's the clown car. And today it was, I knew where it was going when I saw the little artwork for it, because it was a get out of jail free card, and it was good from now until January 20th, 2021. And it was insinuated towards Roger Stone. So yeah, in the pardons that Donnie handed out this last week or so. But yeah, I had a great time on Tim's show. I always do. A lot of people there, a lot of voices. And Lauren Mayers was there, who has her comedy songs. You can find her on Lauren Myers. Mayer. M-A-Y-E-R.
At least I hope I'm right. I could have sworn it was Mayor.
And her parody songs are just fantastic. I got to talk to her today. She is going to attempt to try to send up some of her original work. We took a hit because some of her parody songs are music that you would recognize, and because of that, we would get a what do they call that? Copyright strike. Yeah, a warning on copyright. Yeah. So we could not. We played her music for a little while, but then we had to stop. But now she's going to try to send us her original works that she writes the music to in the words, so there's no problem, and we could play her songs also. And John Lawrence down in Florida, down in Tallahassee, we appreciate his input into the music, as we do T.W. Travis, who sings the opening song also. There's a lot of talent in this family, and we appreciate the hell out of all of it. Game Rooster just donated $10 and says, "Save democracy, baby. So saith."
Right.
That's so saith. Gamer Rooster. I thought I messed up there for a minute. I had to zoom in to check my lens. Thank you, Gamer Rooster. We appreciate that very much. As with the donations to Amy McGrath, the donations that you send not only help us stay on the air, but the donation that you might send Amy McGrath, it will help her campaign and help her in Kentucky. If we go state by state, the power of this Blue Dot family, you know, we're not the most biggest, you know, force in the nation, but we're working on it, baby. But we can do what we can do, and we can make the impact that we can. As I say, use your voice and your vote, baby. Well, doing a donation like that, a couple of bucks, 2 for Blue, if we just try to concentrate that every week for a while, we can help, you know, help take the Senate, baby. And that's where we have to be.
I think it's a great idea, and I like the name.
Do you like the name?
Thank you.
I'm going to let Mama know that. Yeah, because
Yeah.
me and Travis were in here, and she came around the corner and just said, how about 2 for Blue? Because I was thinking $2 to win. And that was just narrowed it down and shortened it and made it nice and sweet. So, yeah.
And by the way, I had to just close down my tablet because it's getting ready to die.
Uh-oh.
But I think it was Gary Atkins said that he sent $20 to Amy's campaign.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Awesome.
Where's my... Thank you very much. That's what I mean. If you can afford to give more, that's great.
Awesome.
But if we push together, baby, we can get this done, and we have to motivate.
How much is America worth it to you?
That's right.
That's right.
That's it.
There it is.
It's worth a few bucks to me, baby. That is just, I just love that. 2 for Blue. That's what it's going to be. Travis doesn't know it, but he's going to come up with a little graphic for that.
Yeah.
2 for Blue.
He can't
baby.
wait until you do Jamie Robertson down over in South Carolina to get Lindsey Graham.
It is on Nita Park's list in her letter. That was the second person on her list that she donated to. Nita has already done this. I would call her the birth of this. She got the idea, you know.
Awesome idea, Nita. Thank you very much.
Nita, thank you for bringing it back to us. We can do this. This is something that we can do.
This.
And it may, you know, because we can always say phone and call your, but this makes an impact to them. And if you want to, if you want to drop a letter to them,
if you stop and think about what you waste $2 on, just
Lord,
think about it: a soda, a beer, a hot dog, whatever. It's so easy to spend $2. You know.
It is. It is.
I buy candy bars. They're $1.98. That's $2.
That's sad. That's
sad.
I look at candy bars now and go, I can't shit me. I ain't paying you $2 for that. I used to pay 10 cents for that thing.
$2 to Amy McGrath, $2 to any of these.
They usually look at me and say, "Shut up, boomer."
The Senate is awesome.
That's it.
And we can do that, Blue Dots.
We can make an impact. And like I said, it's a little something more than just saying call and write. It's an action we can take that can actually maybe help make an impact in somebody's attempt to turn their state blue. And that's what this is all about. This is not just about the White House, baby. This is about the damage that this man and the Republican Party, the way they have turned, is doing damage to our country. And it is going to take a long time to repair that damage. And on that note, it is getting late, so I guess we're going to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody that donated tonight through Super Chat and through our Patreon, and that's the reason that we're able to bring this to you every week, and we appreciate every dime we get tremendously. And I'm sure that Amy McGrath and any other politician that's going to get a dime from you is going to do the same thing. You don't have to know anybody to make a difference in their life, and that's what Paulette Hallbeck does. That's what Nita Park does. Deborah Gerlach, who just, I love my. Come back soon there, Deborah. We don't see the idiot patrol up there in the blue room, and we need that kind of
energy.
Energy,
she's
baby.
got a lot of it.
She's got a lot of it, baby. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up tonight. I want to thank Aussie Dave for coming by, Bernadette. Thank you, darling. Johnny Fly, and Velda Lee, and Chris Kloss, and who was in earlier? Somebody else was in there.
Leo.
Biker Leo, that's right. For coming by. I don't know how Chris slipped out. He was in there and then he was gone. Anyway.
And any bots listening? Any bots? Any bots?
Any bots?
Thank you for listening.
Yes. If you're a bot out there, yeah. If you're just one of the, if you're a Trumper and you're coming in here to spy.
Again.
Yeah. Maybe you'll learn a little something, baby. Find out what a real family's working for, baby. We work for America here. We're not. We don't take a fancy to hooking up with Russian hookers at P and all that. And I understand that there was a tape.
I would love to hear two things. I would love to hear Bernadette say goodbye in her own way, like what she says.
Oh, what did she say that?
Trump. And I'll say, go Bernie, go Bernie,
there you
go Bernie.
Say it. Yeah. Go ahead and say it, Bernadette.
Go Bernie, go Bernie.
No. That's not the part we want you. Go Bernie. Go ahead and say it, Bernadette. You know, get it out there plain and clear, baby.
Clear your throat and bellow.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Bernie?
Fuck Trump.
Trump.
I think that's what she said.
Fuck him.
And that's how come we don't give a shit about advertising on this station anymore, is because we like to say that sometimes. That's right. We got Blue Dot family. We don't need your damn advertising shit anyway.
And we got
Fuck Trump every day until we get his ass out, and all his little cronies that he's put in place too. We'll take Barr, Pompeo, and all his other little rats.
McConnell.
Yes.
Everyone.
Everybody. Clean house and start fixing this nation, baby. For us.
Yes.
We the people, baby.
Clean house.
That's it. Y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night.
There you go, baby. I'm going to try to get back on my game, get my rant going on Monday. We will be back here Tuesday for another Blue Dot family meeting. Please come join us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope. If you try to get that Discord app, download it. Come join us in here for the conversation. It's always lively, and we would love to hear from you. In the meantime, y'all take it easy, and we'll see you later. Bye now.